Hi everyone, welcome to Every Day, your daily stop for virtual reality content. I am D, and I got a great response today from Reddit for my recent video that talked about how barrel distortion is done on the Oculus Rift. And I'm glad that you guys liked it. I did a lot of work on that one, and I'm really proud of it. This evening, we're going to be doing something a little more lightweight. We're going to be checking out a very simple but I think really cool demo by two mysterious anonymous developers on the Oculus Developer Forum by the name of D-Baker and bitskipper. The initial version was released by D-Baker, and it was essentially a port of SNES9x, which is a popular Super Nintendo emulator, to the Oculus Rift, using the C++ low-level SDK to add support for it. And because SNES9x is an open source application. And then bitskipper, so the original application, I'll show you in a minute, has no environment. It's just a rectangle floating in space with the game on it, and you can play it, and it works. And it has all the features of SNES9x, but you can't really do very much, and there's nothing to see. Bitskipper enhanced it by adding kind of a cool room for the screen to be in. Adding some various things in it, I'll show you in a minute, and also adding some controls that the original didn't have. Without further ado, let's check out SNES9x VR. Here we are. What game am I playing? Only the best Super Nintendo game of all time. Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Got my headphones on. And I'm going to be using my Xbox 360 controller, if I can find it. Where'd you go, control? Oh, I put you over here. Alright. I got it. Alright. Enough story. There's me. I'm actually going to start a new game. I'm going to be me again. I'm D. And let's go. So this game has, as you can see, if I look around in the basic SNES9x VR, I can look all the way around me, all the way above me, and below me there is nothing but a dark gray expanse all around me. There are some minimal controls. If you hit the left arrow key, it resets the screen to be where you're currently looking, which is nice if you get drift. And also useful is the up and down keys will move the screen towards or away from you. Now this means if you're using the keyboard up and down keys as part of your control scheme, you're going to need to change those because they're hard-coded. So you can actually move this as close as you want. It doesn't place any kind of clipping limits on it or anything. In fact, you can move it right through your face. Now it's behind me and backwards apparently, which is kind of cool. Come back. All right. And you can also move it as far away as you want. Now, I think part of what makes Emulator such a great use case for the Rift DK1 is the fact that the limited resolution means that virtual monitors, generally speaking, are really hit and miss, very limited use when it comes to the use of virtual monitors in VR on the Rift DK1. And even with the consumer version of the Rift, you're on a typical 45-degree field of view monitor. You're only going to get 1/4 the horizontal resolution of the actual Rift LCD or Rift screen. So, for example, a 1440p device would have 2560 across, and you would only be getting on the order of like max of maybe 500 across a virtual display. Okay, not 500, more like 600, 640. It still wouldn't be very good is the point. But fortunately, these games were designed to be played at low resolution. I got a lamp! And so that's not much of an obstacle with them. So it's a great example to kind of get into the possibilities of virtual monitors in a usable way without having to worry about the problems of having tiny text and things you can't read and so on. I'm going to move the screen a little closer. Closer. There we go. When it's this close, it looks like I'm in front of some giant, like, projection screen or something. Hey, guard. You're not allowed in the castle. Yeah, well, you're not the boss of me. Ah, that was too close. Too close! Oh my god, Link is huge. That's way, way too close. Okay. This seems like a good viewing distance. And I'm gonna fall in here. My uncle, what happened? You didn't want me to get involved, but you're giving me your sword, so it's okay. Zelda is your ... Nobody ever explained what that line meant. Hey, you okay? You okay? You okay? Okay, I think he's dead. Some nice stereo sound in this game. Got me some magic. Just wasted magic, lighting a torch for no reason. And everything just plays normally. The controller has a great feel in the emulator. Even this complex multi-layered arrangement in the beginning of this game, which is usually a good test for emulators, is doing really great. I have no problem with frame rate. I have, even while I'm recording this, it's still doing great. No skipping in the audio, nothing like that. So it's a great experience, but like I said, this one's so basic. There's not very much you can do in it other than simply play the game on the screen floating in front of you. So let's go ahead and exit this, and we're going to jump into the other emulator, and I'll play a little more from this point in the game. Alright, here we are in SNES9x VRcade. This one is slightly different. The screen in front of me is very similar. If I look down, I see I have an SNES controller, although I'm actually using an Xbox 360 controller, so that's a little bit strange. Over there is my SNES console. It appears I'm using some kind of wireless controller, which I never actually owned when I had one of these. And this projection TV in front of me is being projected by that projector up there. And it's actually reflecting onto this glossy surface all around it. Now, unlike in the other one, you can't move the screen closer or farther away. Instead, what you can do is you can move yourself. By pressing the insert and delete keys, I can change my position relative to the screen. So if I go really up close, I can see lots of detail. It looks like this particular ROM is using some kind of fancy graphics that are higher resolution than the original when viewed up close. So that's cool. Either that or it's some kind of very clever upsampling of the original graphics. Guard, I'm trapped! Let me out, let me out! Well, it's only one way from here. And if I press the delete key, I back up. Back into this room. And I can back up all the way back to here. This is as far away as I can get. And there's not really much point in getting farther away from the screen than this. So it's still quite playable at this distance. Some of the text at the top starts to get a little bit blurry when I'm this far away. But still quite playable. I prefer to play a little closer. Don't care about seeing that much of the environment. I forgot to mention that there are you can adjust the graphical settings as you wish. There are 4 settings. So if you hit page down, wrong way. If you hit page up, the first thing it does is remove the reflections on the TV if you don't like those or if they're using too much performance. If you hit page up again, it takes away your hands and the SNES console. If you press it again, you're floating in blackness. And one more time, and you're back in the room with all features turned on. That was close. Oh, great. Don't kill me. I'm trying to explain things. Guards. You know, I feel kind of bad killing these guards, because, like, I'm pretty sure they're all under some kind of evil spell by Agadim, and, like, they would be totally okay if the spell were just lifted. But, you know, it's how it is. Anyway, I need to at least free Princess Zelda. Then I can finish this video. I got the map. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit closer to the screen for this next part. Just for no reason. Close as I can get. Okay, maybe not as close as I can get. This is fine. Blue guard. Took care of you. Oh, these guys are fun. Gotcha. I know I don't get any reward when I kill them that way, but like killing them that way is their own reward. Is its own reward, really. It's just so much fun. And like right now I feel like this is really like a giant 60-inch TV and I'm sitting right in front of it. And I'm sure if my mom were here, she would be like, "Don't sit so close to the virtual TV." And I'd be like, "Mom, it's virtual." Although that doesn't make much sense, because I'm technically sitting, you know, 5 inches from the TV. But my eyes can't tell that. One of the weird things about the Rift, I don't know if I mentioned this before, is that your eyes are, the way it's set up, your eyes are always focused at infinity, like you're looking into the distance. Or they're always accommodated at infinity. That means that the whole scene will always be in focus, regardless of what point on it you've actually converged on. So you can be converged on something that's quite close to you, and everything will still be in focus because your eyes are still accommodating in the distance. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but sometimes it can cause eye strain if you're looking at a lot of really close-up objects in a game. I'm perfectly fine with this, though. I feel comfortable right now. I feel like I can play it like this just for hours and hours. And it's arguably better than playing it on my monitor because the screen is just bigger. It fills more of my field of view. Like, for my monitor to fill this much of my field of view, I'd have to be, like, leaning across my desk and, like, have my face, like, 5 inches from it. That wouldn't be comfortable. I could do this while just, like, lying back in bed. I could be looking up and seeing this big screen in front of me on the ceiling. And I can imagine embedding the screen in all kinds of other cool environments. Like, they could make a whole suite of environments for this. And you could just put it anywhere you want. You can imagine embedding it inside other games, embedding it inside Second Life, having other people watching you play over your shoulder, and being able to turn around and see their avatars. You can imagine playing split-screen multiplayer with everybody's avatar sitting in front of it. What's up, Princess Zelda? The wizard is magically controlling the soldiers. The wizard is an inhuman fiend. Yeah, I understand. I know what's up. I played this game. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, Blue Rupee. Someone got the lamp already. They give you so many chances to get the lamp, just in case. And then when you go to enter the tunnel, Princess Zelda reminds you that you need a lamp. It's like, how would you miss the 3 chests that had a lamp in it unless you like didn't realize you could even open chests? Did I miss the boomerang? No way. I can't be that dumb. No, I got the boomerang. No idea what I'm thinking. I didn't even fight that guard downstairs using the boomerang. That would have helped. Okay, I'm going to back off for a little just to give it some variety. There we go. Now at this distance, everything on the screen is still very clearly legible. The text is clearly legible. I don't believe I've lost any resolution at this distance compared to the original game. Gotcha. I love stabbing guards in the back. It's the only honorable thing to do. We'll take the left path back since we took the right path over here. I'm not sure what those white things are down in front of the TV. I'm mixing up my buttons a little bit, still getting used to it. I'm not even sure if I have this Xbox controller configured the same way as... Yeah, I think I switched my B and A buttons. Whatever. Whatever. There's a secret passage in the throne room that leads to Sanctuary. Because we all know that evil villains will respect Sanctuary. Throne room. This is fun. Oh, come on. You're not dead from that? Well, you're lucky you dropped a heart. I'll forgive you this time. Well, you're dead, but you're forgiven. That ornamental shelf should open. Do you have a light? It's pitch dark, and you can't see without one. Princess Zelda, you're smoking? Alright, let's push from the left. If you try and push this earlier without Princess Zelda's help, it won't open. Because, well, apparently you're not strong enough by yourself. There's nothing behind me. It's totally dark. Just like it's totally dark in the game. I kind of wish I could adjust the lights in the room for, like, atmosphere. Magic. I could use magic here. I think one of these rats has a key. No, not yet. In the future rooms, one of the rats is going to have a key. Anyway, I've got Princess Zelda, and that's about all I wanted to show. I think this is just, it's a really cool experience, and I can't wait to see how else emulators are embedded into virtual environments. I think it's a great example of, I hate these snakes. Okay. And I think it'll be great. They're a great example of virtual monitors and what they'll be like and how they're already being useful effectively. And I think people who see this will just immediately have a lot of cool ideas for how they can take legacy software and embed it in a cool way in a VR environment. Anyway, I'm going to come out of here. Now, I found out about this first from a Reddit thread that was posted a while ago. People in that thread had some really cool ideas about how you could some alternate environments, like maybe you could create a bedroom that had lots of stuff from this era that this console came out, and just have it all around you to increase that kind of time travel sense of immersion. Really get kind of maximizing the nostalgia. It'll be interesting to see on the consumer Rift, which hopefully will be either 1080p or 1440p, how much higher resolution you can go, whether the N64 games will look good, whether PS2 games will look good. And just, I feel like gradually, as the resolution of the devices goes up and up, we'll be able to do more and more things on virtual monitors. And eventually we'll be able to kind of subsume everything we do on monitors now into the virtual world. Anyway, that's all for today. And everybody have a great every day.